Did you know that apparently there are only 12 types of personality in the world? Well, if you didn't, then today you'll be in for a big shock, because we're taking on one of the biggest tinfoil theories ever: astrology. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Tinfoil Tuesday with me, Simon Dan. Yes, if there is one conspiracy that is tolerated more than any other by the general public, it is astrology. Not to be confused with astronomy, astrology is basically where you make stuff up about your future based on the constellation that the sun was in on the day you were born. There are actually relatively famous people that do this for a living, and I'm here today to tell you that not only is it complete gibberish, but the whole concept was completely wrong from the very beginning. I thought it would be a good idea to take a look at one of YouTube's biggest astrologers. So when I saw a video from a Kelley Rosano about how to be successful by using astrology, I simply had to take a look. But before we take a look at Kelley's video, we're going to bust the whole of astrology wide open. The constellations were first devised over 2,000 years ago, and when it comes to the 12 signs of the zodiac, since that time there appears to be a slight problem. So the way that astrology works is your star sign is yours because the sun was in that constellation on the day of your birth. So I was born on November the 19th, which makes me a Scorpio. Or does it? You see, the Earth is subject to a phenomenon called precession, which basically means that over tens of thousands of years, the Earth wobbles slightly on its axis. Now what that means is that the stars do appear to change positions very slightly over time, and in the 2,000 years since the constellations were devised, yep, you've guessed it, they have moved slightly and now appear in different positions than they used to. So what does that mean for your star sign? Well, using this piece of software, which allows me to go back in time, we can see that on the day of my birth, the sun was in Libra. What this means is that the sun was actually in the constellation next door to the one you think is your star sign. And quite tragically for you, if you follow astrology, then you've been reading the wrong star sign your entire life. Sorry about that. Okay, now that we've completely ruined astrology's credibility, I'm ready for my lesson with Kelley.
Know when to launch using astrology, and I'm Kelley Rosano. Why I like to launch after new moon. New moons are a fresh start. They give you a new beginning.
It's a fresh start for the lunar cycle. That's about it.
And whenever we're going to start something new, launch a new product, launch a new service, start a new job, publish a book, publish music, we want to have the best energy around it. We want to use the best energy so that what we do brings us the results that we want, brings us the success that we want.
I've got no arguments with that, but why does it have to be when there's a new moon?
And why not use the astrology to help you do that? Now, that's not to say that there are not people launching successful projects, publishing successfully who don't use astrology.
So what you're saying is it doesn't really matter. Okay.
But those of you that do follow me, you do use astrology. So let's use astrology to help you grow your business, publish your online course, and make you more successful.
But you just said it doesn't really matter. It's all sounding a bit wishy-washy at the moment.
New moons are the best time to launch something new. Now, here's what a new moon looks like. You can't see it.
Great joke. So funny.
And so that's why I don't recommend launching on the day of a new moon. I like to give it 24 hours, 48 hours, or longer.
Well, that's not the new moon anymore, is it? Come on, Kelley. You're really not helping here.
You want to wait until the moon is starting to show its crescent, when it's starting to show its light. Because on the new moon, it's like being in the womb you can't see the new birth, you can't see the new project, the new growth.
What? In the womb? Right.
You need to wait until there's light, the beginning. And that comes hours after the new moon, days after the new moon. You begin to see, we're on a new moon.
But it's because you've waited. Oh, bloody hell.
So I love new moons to launch something new because you're using the energy to propel you forward. You're using the energy to empower you to start something new and be successful.
Okay, so I need to use the energy from a kind of new moon that may or may not make a difference to my project to empower me to start something new that might or might not work. Okay. I think.
So new moons go hand in hand with a new launch, a new beginning, a fresh start. Now here's an example of what a new moon looks like in an astrology chart. And this is an incredibly powerful new moon that happens to also be a solar eclipse. We will be experiencing this in January. It will be the first eclipse in 2019. And this is where you can see the sun and the moon are coupled together in Capricorn.
That's a bit greedy of Capricorn, isn't it?
That's what astrologers look at. That's what we study. We study charts because it has endless information in here. So when I'm not looking at the screen, when I do the monthly astrology or a new moon report or a full moon report or even the year ahead, I'm getting ready to do 2019, 2020. I'm looking at charts. And when you look at this chart, you can see, look at this new moon sandwiched between Saturn in Capricorn and Pluto in Capricorn.
And let me guess, that means if you're Capricorn, you will meet someone mysterious with the initial G. And luck will revolve around the number 6. Do something positive at work and you will reap the rewards. Anyone can do it.
Which is all about achievement in the world, success, and business. So Capricorn has a role to play in your business, in your launches, in your success. So if you were to launch, say, something new here in January, I would suggest that you wait until January 6th, January 7th, January 8th, and so on to do your launch.
Okay, I'm rapidly losing interest. She's literally making stuff up as she goes along. Let's move on a bit.
But your window of opportunity to launch will be from the new moon to the full moon.
Right, so now it's literally half a month. You can't make this stuff up, can you? Well, actually, you can.
Now, I want to say that there will never be a perfect time to launch. There's always going to be some sort of challenge in there.
So what was the point of the previous information in your video? I think we've seen enough of Kelley's video now to see that astrology is a load of old cobblers. Please do not spend any time looking at it, and please do not act on any advice given to you by an astrologer. Right, that about wraps up another Tinfoil Tuesday. Really pleased to tackle this one. It's another one of my bugbears. The other biggie for me is psychic mediums, and I'll be tackling them in a big way soon. Thank you all for watching. Please do like and subscribe if you enjoyed that. I have been Simon Dan. Have yourselves a great week, and I'll see you all on Friday where the Patreon voted video winner gets looked at. See you all then.